Welcome to Brightened Mind Podcast. I'm your host, Vicky Parchimento. Here I'll be sharing you ways to brighten your mind and increase your inner joy and peace while living life beautifully within and emulating love to others and yourself. Brighten your mind to brighten your life and brighten your world. Welcome to episode 13 of Brightened Mind Podcast. And today we're going to be talking about, do you live a good life? Now, what do I mean by that? Well, last month, my girlfriend's grandfather passed away at the age of 88. And during the funeral, I couldn't help but tear when she said in a speech about him that he only wanted others to be happy. He was there as a life of the party and just wanted to make sure that other people enjoyed whenever they were around him. He always cooked these amazing dishes, and I always tried to pick his brain as to how to make these dishes, because I know that when you have a certain recipe, it's done a certain way, but also that it's also done by a certain person who has certain energy in their dishes. And while I was sitting there during the funeral, I couldn't help but think about the number one reasons when people who are on the deathbed are interviewed, 90% of the time, people's responses aren't about things or about what they could have done or what they didn't do. But it was the number one is because could they have loved more? Could they have lived more? And could they have laughed more? Because at the end of your life, it's really about that, the experiences and feeling good. And if you do that every day in your life, that's like what you're doing. Like, do you live that daily on your life? Do you emulate that? Because every single day becomes a week, it becomes a month, and it becomes a year. So when you think about your life and everything that you do, it really comes down to those seconds, those minutes, those days that you live. Could you have loved more? Could you have lived more? And could you have laughed more? When you're around people, do you make them feel good or do you make them feel bad? Do you spend your precious time with negative people? Or do you spend your precious time with positive, loving people? Do you spend your precious time filling your mind with negative information? Or do you spend your time filling your mind with love and good information so that you can share with others? Because life is about sharing with others, sharing the good. Not necessarily sharing the bad, but sharing the good. And thinking when I was sitting there, I was like, wow, like how I'm still like not the youngest, but I'm still young. And if I just ask myself those questions, I can start right now while I'm young. So I know that by the time I'm at the end of this life, I know that I've done the best I could to help love more, to help live more, and to help laugh more. Think that's one exercise I want to leave you with today is think about those three questions. Do you love more? Are you living more? Are you really living with a passion? Are you enjoying what you're doing? And are you laughing more? Are you enjoying life, taking life lightly? Having fun with family and friends. And think about those three things and how you can increase that in your daily life so that when it comes to the end of your life, or just, there are no regrets. You did all those things. So if you want to share with any of them with me, you can just follow me on Instagram at Brightened Mind, and also Facebook. Just search Brightened Mind and you can see my page there. So thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to Brightened Mind Podcast. Please subscribe and listen to more ways to brighten your mind.